Good afternoon, or morning, or night, or whatever time it is you're watching when you're watching this video. I wanted to make a video and talk a little bit about why I started doing the carnivore diet, the things that I found out while doing the carnivore diet, and um, kind of just document what's went on and what will go on in the future. So a little bit about myself. My name is John. I am an autistic adult. I have a lot of sensory, environmental issues, sounds, crowds, eye contact, a lot of nervousness, difficulty with communication in social settings, a lot of the stereotypical stuff that you'd hear with someone who is autistic. Um, I I noticed when I started doing the carnivore diet uh, and basically cut out a lot of those dyes and processed sugars and processed foods, that a lot of the anxiety issues, a lot of the not necessarily confidence issues, but I noticed a lot of the things that I would deal with on a normal day aren't quite as bad. My reset period seems to be much quicker than it was. My reset being like if something does trigger me, how quickly I reset myself and move on with my day seems to be much quicker without all of those processed foods and sugars. Um, I am a creature of habit. I love routine, and so and again I have some not to tangent off. I love routine, which is another reason why the carnivore diet is a pretty good diet for me. Um, because I eat the same foods basically every day. It also allows me to intermittent fast without any real hunger in between meals, where like a high carb diet with intermittent fasting, I tend to be hungry far sooner and have to do more telling myself that I'm not hungry as opposed to just going through my day. Um, I I did have a few issues that I had to get over. One, I'm not a big meat eater. Growing up, I always liked ground beef, but I never really liked steak. And I don't like liver. I used to have all kinds of problems growing up with parents that did like those things and being forced into eating a lot of them. I have a lot of texture issues with food as well. And so uh, preparing the food was a little difficult for me at first because uh, meat does have a lot of juice, a lot of blood, a lot of connective tissue, and a lot of fat and other slipperiness that I don't really like on my fingers. Um, but I also feel that since I've been on the carnivore diet, my ability to push past some of those things and feel happy in doing them has been a little easier. And now, do I attribute all of this to specifically the carnivore diet? No. I did have a few months before the second time of doing carnivore, because I did carnivore for about 6 months last year, from about January till about June of last year. Um, and I had a bit of an awakening in myself as far as some other aspects of my life and how I navigate this world that I live in. And so some of that is attributed to that. It is definitely not all uh, I can already hear it now. Some of my autistic online friends are cringing right now, saying that diet does not cure autism, and I'm not saying that it does. I'm saying that for me specifically, the removal of a lot of food dyes, a lot of sugars, a lot of processed foods, getting rid of a lot of those things had a dramatic difference for me. I do have some autoimmune issues. I have a very sensitive gut biome. I've had SIBO many times a few years back. I tried, because of my stomach, I tried going vegan and wound up having all kinds of problems. And do I attribute that strictly to being vegan? No. I followed a lot of very intelligent people, both physicians and not, who gave me many routes to take. And I did have a little bit of success with clearing up the SIBO, but I was still having so much, for myself, so much gas, so much indigestion, so much stomach always churning, that I went back to just a regular poor diet eating of whatever I felt like, until I got to the point again. I've always, not to continue to switch topics, but I was always a very heavy kid. I was, fat, made fun of growing up, teased and such. And so most of my life, I believe in eighth grade, I was 220 pounds. And now I did hold that weight good, and didn't really look as obese as I was. But by the time I was getting into my late 30s, I was pushing far over 300 pounds, and I had a incident where I had went on vacation and I had saved up my money. I had went with family, and one of the things I really wanted to do was to parasail, and so I went parasailing, and I don't know a lot of Spanish, but I know enough Spanish from jobs that I've had to listen and overhear the gentleman that ran the parasailing place completely making fun of me, saying how I was going to sink their boat and how I was going to blow up their motor because I was so gordo, because I was so fat. And that kind of just triggered me to really change at that point of my life. And so I went through many, many diets, many, many ways of trying everything from starvation to selective eating to very intense macro counting, even micro counting, to extreme exercise and cardio. I'm talking like doing like 5 hours of cardio a day, and going to the gym 7 days a week because there isn't any such thing as a rest day. So I've made a lot of mistakes along the way, and I'm not saying that the carnivore diet is a good choice or a good choice for everybody, but I am saying that the carnivore diet seems to be a good choice for me tonight. And now I say carnivore diet, but it may be better to say like extreme keto, because I do consume a small amount of carbs. I will sprinkle, once or twice a week, a little bit of garlic and not just salt, and maybe some pepper as well on a steak. Not just salting it, even though I really do enjoy it that way. Tonight I am having chicken wings from Costco. They've got a great deal. They come in like a 3-pack, and it was like $18 for a 3-pack, so $6 for a meal if I'm eating one meal a day. That, and also the unsugared, uncured bacon from Costco as well, roughly about $15 also. I can eat until satiation, if that is a word, and not until satisfied, and do it for less than $10, where I couldn't go to a fast food restaurant and do that at that price. Uh, both quality and quantity. I've kind of jumped all over the place. I kind of wanted this to be a bit of just an introductory, and then kind of go from there. So I'm at about 10 minutes. So I'm going to start wrapping it up and say that, yeah, like I said, I'm John. I'm an autistic adult. I enjoy doing the carnivore diet because of the reasons I stated before. I was talking about my weight earlier. So I did go with all of those terrible different diets that I did. I went from about 310 was the last time I weighed myself at that point, but I know I was more than that because I had continued to eat horribly even after that point. So my guessing is I was somewhere pushing about 330. I like to say 333 just for the fact that, off topic, I tend to wake up almost 4 or 5 times a week at 3:33 in the morning. Just kind of a weird thing about myself. And so I went from 333 to 177 pounds. And so I went from people making fun of me because I was obese, and not wanting to stand next to me at a concert because I was sweaty and gross, other people's words, not my own, to telling me I was too skinny and that I looked like I had cancer, which is funny because the reason I bring that up is because no matter what in life, people are always going to find some fault in you, and most of the time we find faults in ourselves. But the reality is that I tend to be happiest myself somewhere about 180 to 195 with some more muscle mass than I currently have. I'm currently sitting at exactly 220 pounds. I started keto, I started my carnivore on February 6th. So I'm a little less than a month right now because it is March 1st. And I've dropped 12 pounds. I'm not starving myself. I went a few nights ago. My partner and I treated ourselves, and we went to Texas Roadhouse, and I got a 20-ounce bone-in ribeye that was absolutely amazing. I gave my partner the sweet potato and the salad. Even though I know I've learned some tricks online on how you can order and still get some stuff as well. But I don't think anybody is starving on a 20-ounce steak. Last night, I took some stew meat and I mixed it up with some salt and pepper, and I cooked it in the air fryer at 370 for roughly about 4 to 5 minutes. Came out perfectly, and just ate that. I will also get some skirt steaks or some sheep steaks, and I'll cut them into strips and make steak fries. I'm always eating bacon. I'm definitely not hungry yet. Not only are pounds coming off, but my body is reshaping itself, and before you know it, I will be below 200 pounds again and fitting into some of my other outfits. So if you have any questions or insults or compliments or other things, questions, I am not a medical professional. I am just a human who's tried a lot of different things. I kind of feel like that old show Cheers. I'm like Cliff. I don't know a lot about, I don't know much about one thing, but I know a lot about a bunch of stuff. I'm into gardening, and I am into growing mushrooms, and I am into exercise, and so ask me stuff and you'll get my opinion, not medical advice. Thank you. Subscribe and like and all that stuff that they do. Hit the notification bell and bring. I don't have all the high tech stuff, so imagine it says subscribe right here, and imagine it says hit the notification bell right here. And I will see you guys next time. I hope to make this a regular thing, including making food and maybe talking about other stuff. So thank you.